Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Krov Malenkov, and I'm here to bring you a new Ghost Recon Wildlands video. In this video, we'll be covering the Enforcer in Ghost War. The Enforcer is an interesting operator in the list of playable operators, as he acts very differently compared to the other operators in his group. The Enforcer is almost a hybrid of sorts, acting like an assault operator while holding certain traits like a Marksman. Let me explain by going over exactly what it is the Enforcer does. As you all should know, that when you're being fired at by an enemy player, you will become suppressed. Your screen becomes blurry, making it a bit difficult to aim at an enemy player that lasts between 3 to 4 seconds after the enemy's done firing at you. The Enforcer, however, takes this mechanic and turns it up to 11, as when he fires upon an enemy player, their vision gets blurred even worse than normal suppression. Your screen becomes extremely wobbly and you'll not be able to aim down the sights of either of your weapons for 5 to 6 seconds. You can still throw out equipment and use abilities, but the suppression will still last while doing so. This effect also applies to the Enforcer's secondary weapon. As it states in the Ghost Recon Wildlands operator description, the Enforcer is a Marksman class operator and is labeled as fire support. His ability, Advanced Suppression, as we just described, allows the Enforcer to inflict a much stronger advanced suppression on enemies. It dazes enemies, making them unable to aim down sights, and also slows them down. The ability is passive and permanent, meaning that no matter what, you'll be able to use the Enforcer's ability just as so long as you have bullets in your weapons. Speaking of which, let's go over the Enforcer's arsenal. The Enforcer originally just had 2 weapons on hand, the MK48 and a cosmetic variant called the MK48 Wasteland. However, after Special Operation 2's armory packs, the Enforcer was gifted El Baston, a cosmetic weapon variant of the XP41 heavy machine gun, and the Gs28, a semi-automatic sniper rifle, meaning the Enforcer finally is a real marksman, but we'll cover that here in a second. The MK48 is a decent machine gun. With the magazine holding 250 bullets and with decent handling and range, the MK48 is a monster of a weapon and perfect for blinding enemies for a long time and from far away. However, the weapon's accuracy is rather lacking, and even at a medium range, the weapon has a hard time hitting its mark. It's like most other machine guns in the game, but it can work a little bit better than most. El Baston is another similar weapon to the MK48, but in my opinion, a little worse. Sure, the weapon has better damage and penetration stats than the MK48, but the other stats are lower, making firing for this weapon at a medium range almost a challenge. Of course, you can still hit your mark here and there, but it's not going to be deadly accurate. The G28, on the other hand, brings the Enforcer into a new level, as the G28 outshines the other weapons in his repertoire when it comes to range, accuracy, handling, penetration, and even damage. The downside of having a sniper with the Enforcer is that its ability takes a bit longer to activate. In order to activate suppression, you'll need to fire more than just around at your enemies, though it does happen on a rare occasion. The sniper is a semi-automatic, so the rate of fire is a bit consistent, but you're only given 10 bullets to use, so either be precise in your shots or fire wildly in order to daze the enemy. He's also one of the few other operators that's capable of having a bigger weapon than a pistol as a secondary. For his pistols, he's given the 5.7 USG, the M1911, the M9, the P12, the P22-7, and the P45T to choose from. But he's also gifted the SMG-11 and the Super Shorty pump-action shotgun, along with a cosmetic variant called the Super Shorty Legacy. The SMG-11 is an interesting pick for a secondary, as it has an incredible fast rate of fire that makes it difficult to conserve ammo, as the clip has 20 bullets in it and can be emptied within 2 seconds. Not only that, the damage this thing puts out is incredibly low. So if you're looking to get a kill, you'll need to pull all the bullets, either dead center or at the head. However, that may prove difficult, as at any range beyond anything close to you, the weapon's damage drop-off becomes horrendous, making farther targets almost impossible to hurt. The Super Shorty is a small pump-action shotgun that only works effectively at a very close range, as a shotgun can literally deal one-hit KOs on enemies when in the right spot. Any farther, and the shotgun won't put that much damage. Not only that, it can hold only 2 shells at a time, so be careful when firing this weapon. He's also equipped with 3 frag grenades, but nothing in his tactical slot. The Enforcer can truly work well with teams that need help, as an Enforcer can come and bring their advanced suppression to the fight to disable enemy players. That's where the hybrid thought comes to mind. The Enforcer can act aggressively in firefights, as even firing in the general direction of the enemy can blind them. He can have his ability activate even at a long range and can be given a sniper now for more accurate suppression. And he can support his team whenever they need help in a firefight or to run away to go heal. A hybridization of all 3 classes, but does it mean it's the best combination out of all of them? Well, not exactly. as there are a few other operators that can give the finger to the Enforcer. Like the Point Man, for example. With his Battle Hardened ability, he negates the effects of any suppression, including from the Enforcer, thus allowing the Point Man no fear from this operator, as it'll be like facing the recruit to him. Also, the Predator. With his Battle Rage ability, he can activate it and remove the suppression from himself, allowing him to also take on the Enforcer without the fear of being suppressed. The Enforcer isn't always the first pick when it comes to choosing before a match, but he does bring an interesting element in most games. The Enforcer can team up with other operators like Sniper or Stalker to allow cover fire whenever they are being fired upon, and can allow them to move to a new location without being seen by the enemy. Most other operators can benefit from the Enforcer's fire support like Ranger, Tech, Echelon, pretty much anyone else in the firefight. However, only that is when he is truly effective. Beyond that, he's like any other operator. With him firing around, he becomes a big target on the map, and everyone will try to shoot him down when he's not looking. Thus, having a tank to back up the Enforcer would be a good combination, as he can take away his inevitable mark and allow the Enforcer to spray away for a short time without being marked, but even then, it's not that practical. One of the most confusing operators, the Enforcer acts like a weird hybrid out in the field that can inflict a nasty suppression upon his enemies that not only benefit him, but his teammates as well. He can be a frontline assault operator, or hang back and act as backup and fire support. The way I use the Enforcer is always mixed whenever I'm met with either more aggressive teams or slow-paced teams. If I had to face an aggressive team, I'd choose the Enforcer with the MK48, steady hands, and the Super Shorty. This will allow me to suppress aggressive enemy players while having my team taking the offensive and fight back. Against more subtle players, I switch to the G28, hollow point ammo, and to the Super Shorty. With this, I can act like a sentinel and provide my team with long-range cover fire and suppression. But it all matters on situation, and it depends on how you play. And with that said and done, there goes another operator analysis video. What'd you guys think of the video? Should I cover the other operators? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like the video if you do, and stay tuned on the channel if you're interested in seeing any future content from me. Like, subscribe, and as always guys, play on.